Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here. Once I got into my fitness groove, I set on this mission on how I could get in more exercise into my day in simple ways. And I didn't start that way. I mean, there's like that wasn't the mindset I had. But as I was going on, as I made this, I want to say a lifetime commitment. And right out of the gate, it wasn't a lifetime commitment. It was just like, can I hold on for like 90 days? But as I got going and got the momentum going, I started to see opportunities where before I would dismiss them, either due to my past lazy habits or things that I just had never considered before. So I'm about to let you in on some discoveries that, dare I even say it, that they're secrets. They're probably not secrets. You probably do some of these. But it's ways to get in more exercise into your day. You might even do some of these things. And hey, welcome to another Power Blast podcast where we provide nourishment for the soul, allowing you to transform from the inside out, providing you rapid results in mindset and fitness so that you can recharge, and I'm saying recharge that mental and physical battery of yours and reclaim your power. And before we get into all this amazing stuff, make sure you head over to talktoperry.com. That's where my calendar is. It's wide open for my podcast listeners and viewers, and it's all about keeping that energy high so that you can do the things that I'm going to tell you about today and reach all of your goals and just live happy, healthy, and fulfilled. And I want to help you recharge that mental and physical battery of yours, reclaim your power. We do that in 15 minutes. That's over at talktoperry.com. All right, exercise. It wasn't even on my radar for years. Well, I guess it kind of was on my radar, but I'm going to say it's like I was a person that was really into technology. I loved sitting and creating at the computer. I mean, literally, that's what I would do to get home from work, and I couldn't wait to design some stuff. I was creating software for school districts for their special education paperwork software. I was designing websites. I was doing video design. All sorts of things. I just got into it, but that's a lot of sitting. I was a former 2-pack-a-day smoker. We were running a dog rescue, a German Shepherd rescue. I was a full-time teacher, and I drove an hour commute back and forth. But most of the day, I mean, I sat most of the day. I would take the dogs for the walks, but I'm going to tell you what, that was like hit and miss, where it might be on the weekend or maybe every other weekend. We'd go for any length of exercise. Otherwise, I'm just letting the dogs run around outside, chase each other. With a dog rescue, you've got there's a lot of dogs that can interact with each other. So I did buy this elliptical machine, thinking that by getting a really nice machine, that would help. I mean, obviously, it's going to get you off the couch. It's kind of like, golfers going out and saying, if I buy really, really great, people that I'm not saying full-time golfers or regular golfers, but people who aspire to thinking, oh, if I buy some really good clubs, that will make me get out more. Well, that's what I was thinking with the elliptical machine. That will make me exercise more. And so it was all this external stuff. But often I would find very convenient distractions. And I'd feel some temporary guilt as I'd walk by the elliptical and see it there, or I'd get the monthly bill to pay it off. And eventually I wrapped my mind around committing to a 90-day fitness plan. This was before P90X ever existed. I wanted something that I could do from home, because by now I'm like kind of intimidated with the idea of going to the gym. And I was looking for, it's like, okay, I don't want that to be my excuse. So home workouts, that'll be the way to do it. Once again, it was kind of the elliptical factor there where I thought it would magically make me show up. But it didn't, and I tried that plan a few times, but I found myself in resistance mode. Exercising 6 days a week? Come on, who has time for that? And so I literally would resist it, or try to modify it or try to manipulate it. And found myself off course again, quitting several times. And the thing about quitting, the more you do it, the better you get. You become a master quitter. And I was tired of quitting. So I'm not sure what it was at this time that would make things different, but it changed everything for me when I made a committed decision. And I've done a podcast episode on that. If you just go and search committed decision, you'll find mine. But that from that day forward, committed decision 20 years ago, I'm still going. And over the years, I've discovered some ways that just more ways to make exercise stick, to even add in, sneak in, maybe without you realizing it, or maybe you do, and you aren't going to see like dramatic benefits overnight, but over time, it could definitely do some magic, amazing things for yourself. And you're not needing to spend extra time in the gym. If you want to do that, that's cool too. And so some of these may or may not seem revolutionary to you, but they're things to consider because it's very, very easy. We've got mammoth amounts of distractions and things that keep us busy and moving in so many different directions that it's really easy to dismiss these things. And while it's probably like you'll do some of these things and you won't like drop 10 pounds on the scale right away, you probably won't even notice your strength improving right away. But just know that compound effect can happen when you start to do this. Now, I think one big thing for me was creating a routine. That might not seem like a big, you're like, well, that's the way to do it, Perry. But it was creating a routine. That was a big shift for me because I also added in a no matter what strategy. And here's how I did it. It was super simple, but once again, I made the committed decision that I was going to do this no matter what. And I wasn't going to look for an escape hatch to get my way out of it. That's a big deal for people. So one of the things was, you know what? I used to get home, sit down, unwind after a long day of work, after a long commute home, just chill out a little bit, and then hopefully I'd get some inspiration and motivation. And then I questioned myself on that when I was really wanting to get into my groove. I'm going, I am feeling more unmotivated by sitting around, getting into a computer thing, really kind of feeling sluggish. What if I don't sit down and do that unwind time? So I rewrote that script on there. I'm like, when I get home, here's the dealio. You get home, you come in, all the dogs go outside to do their business. You go in and get your exercise clothes on. You go and let the dogs in, feed them, do whatever you need to do there. There's no sitting down, nothing like that. You go into your, I had my workout room was in my bedroom at the time. You go back to your exercise room, get in your routine, call it a day. And my no matter what plan was, if I didn't feel like it, if I was unmotivated, if I wasn't into it, whatever it was, maybe I felt a little off. I said, I at least still have to get ready for my workout, let the dogs out and all that stuff, and at least commit to 15 minutes of movement there. And if at the end of 15 minutes, I'm still spent, I'm not into it, I can call it a day, but I counted it. I said I still showed up. And I think there's only 2 times that I didn't end up finishing the exercise routine. I would get started, and that's all I needed to do was get started. So that was one of them, creating a routine. Another one was I like to encourage people to start small, but I'm going to tell you what, I also desired, I wanted to do something that challenged myself to help me get out of this comfort zone that I was in, because I was keeping myself in a comfort zone. If I knew that I could exercise 5 minutes or 10 minutes, starting small it's something I already done, but I'd never committed to a full 30 minutes every single day. So that's where I went. I'm like, you know what? 3 days of strength training, 3 days of cardio. It was very humbling at first. I was very out of shape, but I had to believe if I'm committing to this for life, and I wasn't committing it to I was just my 90 days, but I was just telling myself 90 days. I mean, the scale might not move a lot. I don't know, but you're bound to be a little bit fitter. You're bound to lose a little bit of the belly. I don't know. And so that's what I found. I got fitter. I got more endurance. I got more energy. I became more agile. That led over time after the 90 days, because I decided to keep going. I know there's some people out there, they get to the end, and it's kind of like that diet mentality. I'm on this thing, but I can't wait until I get off of it. and then I hope and pray something else, lightning bolt of inspiration hits me. But I didn't look at it that way. It's like after I got close to that 90-day mark, I'm like, what's next? I got to keep this going. This momentum. I kind of took my foot off the gas, and I realized that I was starting to go back. Old habits were sneaking back in. So I reversed it real quick. So that's paying attention to your journey right there. But over the years, I've switched things up. I've tried yoga. I never thought I would. Some dance. Dance doesn't really trip my trigger, but I've done it. MMA, HIIT training, Tabata. I might be talking over your head on some of these. I don't know. Spinning, but so much more. Things I never thought I would ever do. And then there's this thing called habit stacking. You might have heard of it from James Clear from Atomic Habits. It's where you add in some exercise, some movement along with another habit that you're doing, another part of your routine. So if you love listening to podcasts, good for you. If you love listening to podcasts, do it while you're going for a walk. Do it while you're on the treadmill. Doing squats while the coffee's making. Marching in place while the dogs are outside doing their business. All those things. Just the opportunity where you would normally just stand and do nothing mindlessly while something else is happening. You're adding in some exercise along to it. Some sort of routine that you've got, adding in a new fitness habit. And then look at life opportunities around you. Parking farther away and walking into work. I know some of you circle around. You circle around for looking for that key spot. Why not say, you know what? I'm intentionally now, my key spot is over here. There's always an open spot. I know I need to walk it. There's extra steps. I know some of you do that when you're in your little step tracker challenges and stuff. Using the stairs when it's convenient to grab the escalator or the elevator. And usually the stairs are wide open, right? Work opportunities when you're at work, getting up often, but also maybe standing at your desk. Some people have a little treadmill desk. I don't know. That seems pretty out there, but if you work from home, you could do that. Sitting on a stability ball as opposed to a chair. And I say that right now as I'm sitting on a chair. Walking around while you're on phone calls. Even when you're at home, if you're watching TV and there's commercials, doing exercises during the commercials, or heck, why not jump on the treadmill or an elliptical and do that while you're watching your favorite show, binge watching your favorite Netflix or whatever. See, all these things can add up to boost your momentum and your energy. So don't look at these things and go, yeah, that's not going to make a big, huge difference for me. Maybe not right away. But by adding in and stacking all of these opportunities together, you might even think of some others that I even think about. But you start to transform yourself. You start to add that compound effect to, if you're doing your exercise daily routine and you're adding this in there, maybe your results start coming faster. I don't know, but it's worth a try because now you're moving. Now you're getting more endurance. Now you're getting more energy. So I'd love to help you brainstorm even more. Hop on a call with me over at talktoperry.com. That's where my calendar's at. And I love helping people who claim that life is just so busy. We wear this busy badge all the time. We're like a 6-year-old iPhone, 2% battery life, no charger in sight, and we're afraid to open up one more app. We can't just do one more thing. Well, I want to help you recharge. I want to hear your goals, what things you're struggling through, help you brainstorm maybe a few of these opportunities for your lifestyle. And within 15 minutes, I'll tell you the best direction to go, where you're going to get the biggest result from, so that you can recharge that mental and physical battery of yours and reclaim your power. And I'll give you 3 strategies so that you can boost your energy, reclaim your time, because we always say we're busy, filling our calendar up, and make you the priority so that you're able to do this. So I often ask, how would your life look different if your mental and physical battery is running at 100% every single day instead of on fumes, right? My calendar is at talktoperry.com. One other thing, I love community, doing things with others, whether it's a virtual group, that's fine too, or face-to-face, doing some sort of fitness class somewhere. But it's a great way to get inspiration and stay accountable, get in some extra exercise. The biggest thing for me, and hopefully for you, is to pay attention and enjoy the journey as you're going. I know that a lot of times we've drifted so far off course, we're so frustrated with ourselves that we're kind of mentally beating ourselves up. And it's like, hey, let's just flip that around. Know that this is a lifelong journey. If we got ourselves into this, we can turn things around, or at least improve things. The start can be challenging, but just know it does get better as long as you just stay committed and keep going and say, I'm just going to enjoy this journey. I've drawn the line and I'm moving forward this way. I knew it for me is when I made that lifetime commitment, good things are bound to come. So I chose exercise from home because it was convenient and fun for me. And I stream my workouts. Instead of guessing my way around it, I stream it with a trainer there so that I don't have to overthink anything. I just follow the trainer. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'm watching a show on YouTube at the same time. You know what? The habit stacking thing, right? I'm watching a show on YouTube while a trainer is over streaming on another device, showing me what to do with each move. And I'm just going through and doing the moves best I can, getting some personal development at the same time. And I don't have to overthink the workout. And I get empowered, and I'm like exercising my mind and exercising my body at the same time. You might choose to look around, see what's available for you. Maybe it's the YMCA, maybe it's a fitness center, maybe there's free options in your community. But just know, you can choose to use your power to take control and really make things happen for you, or you can choose to let excuses, being busy, justifying it, negotiating with yourself, rationalizing things, ignoring things, all that. Even comparison, control you and drain your power. It's really boiling down to deciding and committing to yourself and your goals and choosing to figure out new ways, looking at possibilities and growing and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. And I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Drop those in the comments. I do promise to respond to those. You absolutely rock. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness Community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to UpsideDownFit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find the show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.